that is the way that, can you imagine if teachers thought that?
Yeah.
Who am I to judge the student on how smart they are?
Yeah, and yet teachers themselves are being judged so much.
Well,
based on
just think of a true or false question. So you got a question, is it true or false? If someone says false, and the answer in your book, is true, you don't ask them why, right? They might have a great reason why it's
Yeah.
false.
Yeah,
Mainly because they don't believe the BS that's coming from the book,
yeah, no,
right?
yeah, there has to be a, let me explain.
Yeah, it's false because, you know what,
But people-
I've thought about
Yeah,
it.
the people who put let me explain are gonna be good lawyers.
And maybe it's due to an amount of work that would come with it too, Bob, because if you're a teacher and you have to
Oh,
now
You don't-
interpret the.
you don't wanna mark essays.
Yeah, you don't wanna mark essays, and
Essays
in
are
my
easy.
world, that's all I did when I was a prof at Humber. My educational method was explanation, right? There was no grades on, right or wrong, and people say that all the time, but I truly was, I truly saw whether you studied or not, right? And that's what it was, like, explain your answer. If you think,
Sure.
if you wanna criticize the system of education, just because,
Yeah.
that's not gonna fly,
Yeah.
right?
I used to always say, convince me.
Right,
If we have differing opinions, convince me that you're right.
and
I will be open enough to accept your argument. If your argument is good,
I might not still agree with it, but I'll accept it,
give me an argument.
yeah. And that's, debate.
Yeah.
I don't know, they have debating clubs? Who goes to the debating club?
Generally, every time.
Not the students who are in applied,
Generally, every time somebody was trying to explain why they didn't do their homework, we were involved in a debate.
in a debate club. But I mean the debate clubs at
I
high
know,
schools,
I know, but it's hard to teach debating.
cause you're not debaters.
That's right. The
How can you teach
teachers-
something that you're not good at?
Teachers have become very good at regurgitating.
Yeah, how about bring in the history text and let the people who are, teaching the history text, let's say just in the board in Sudbury. It's a great example, you got the public board. What is there, 14 schools?
Oh, there's-
Something like that in the high schools? High schools?
High schools, there's about 8 or 9.
Okay, so let's say there's 8 schools. Let's get 8 grade 10 history teachers in here debating the topics that are in the text. They won't know how to,
No,
they really won't.
no, because, and again, the nature of the career is that you're the authority.
Well, they're not meant to go study other text either.
No, and
Right,
you
they-
are the authority.
You are, absolute
There's no
authority.
debating,
Yeah,
What you want, yeah.
why this? Just because.
yeah, just because control.
Which is, gotta be frustrating for new teachers who are really eager
Oh, it is.
to make that difference in open some minds, as they say, right?
And I think when you're getting into any career, there's that reality check when you walk in on the first day in the job and you find out that, wow, this isn't what I anticipated, because all of the people are enlightening me on what my role is truly gonna be. And you grew up in the Sudbury area, working for Inco. Summer students were very quickly pulled to the side and told, you follow me. Don't you
Yeah.
go ahead and make me look bad by working
Yeah.
twice as hard just because
Yeah.
you're here for the summer. You know, we're
The
career people. You sit beside me and I'll tell you when to work. And you got into that. So, I mean, what a wonderful program you got.
Well,
We've
thanks.
gotta do this again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we could talk philosophy. It'd be nice if later on we get some of the older kids that might wanna come in and.
Absolutely, I could get a
take
couple
part.
come in and take part in it, because
Some of the great
what they're
developers.
learning is that through philosophy, what their duty is as a human being, right? And it's to give back, just like you are.
And I don't think it's a matter of trashing the system or being, I think it's a matter of evaluating or examining the system and asking questions. It doesn't mean that you're saying that what people are doing is wrong.
No,
It's,
absolutely not.
it's right for the right people, but it's not right for everybody. But we're kind of pigeonholing people and creating stress and.
Again, it means something, right, Bob?
Yeah.
It's the same as questioning why we created residential schools. That's not to bash the people who lived in that day, it's to understand it. So if we ask, why are we educating people this way today, it's not to bash, it's to understand it, and once we understand it, maybe then we can make some change.
Yeah.
But until we understand what it even means,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To me, it means that we love science and math, and we think that if you study it, you're going to get a great job, and you're gonna be an engineer at Inco or whatever, or you're gonna be engineering a radio station.
Yeah.
But as far as studying humanities, people think I'm nuts. And maybe I am, but I'd rather be nuts in thinking than an unthinking not nut.
There's a philosophical
Yeah,
way to end
there's,
this.
yeah. Thanks so much, Bob.
Hey, it's been great, right?
Yeah.
Like, Canadian Youth Golf Alliance, this radio show, if anybody tuned in late, is gonna be, like, it's been videotaped, so it's gonna be posted on thelearningclinic.ca, and if you want to link to it off of,
We'll put it on our website,
yeah,
our Facebook and all that stuff for sure.
because I think there's segments in here that could be very, very much appropriate for discussion sessions on philosophy, because it's life.
And we talked about things that matter.
We talked about things that matter. Isn't that a good way of feeling like you've done something today?
So we can go to bed feeling good, Bob.
Yep.
Good work.
Great.
Thanks so much.
Okay, thanks a lot for coming in. Ryan Cooney, the Canadian Youth Golf Alliance Executive Director, and you've been listening to The Learning Clinic on CKLE 96.7 FM. I'm your host, Bob Kirwan.
On Sunday, May 25th, you are invited to participate in the first Sudbury Defeat Depression 2 and 5 kilometer walk and run. This event